In this video, we discuss Chapit's method to solve first-order nonlinear partial differential equations. Let the given partial differential equation of first order and nonlinear in P and Q be represented as f of x, y, z, p, q equal to 0. The solution of equation 1 is given by integrating the expression dz equal to p dx plus q dy. To integrate this expression, first we need to find out p and q from equation 1, and for getting that we are having a set of auxiliary equations which are known as Chapit's auxiliary equations, which can be formed from equation 1. The auxiliary equations are given by dp divided by dou f by dou x plus p into dou f by dou z equal to dq divided by dou f by dou y plus q into dou f by dou z equal to dz divided by minus p dou f by dou p minus q into dou f by dou q equal to dx divided by minus dou f by dou p equal to dy divided by minus dou f by dou q. We can write the same using another notation as dp divided by fx plus p fz equal to dq divided by fy plus q fz equal to dz divided by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx divided by minus fp equal to dy divided by minus fq, where fx, fy, fz, fp and fq are obtained from equation 1 by differentiating f partially with respect to x, with respect to y, with respect to z, with respect to p and with respect to q respectively. While I evaluate fx or dou f by dou x, I should treat y, z, p and q as constants. While I evaluate fy, I should treat x, z, p and q as constants. Analogously, the cases of z, fz, fp and fq can be evaluated from equation 1. After evaluating the values of fx, fy, fz, fp, fq, the set of auxiliary equations will be used to evaluate p and q. And for that, first we will take out any two pair from these 5 ratios so that we can either evaluate p or q. Then after evaluating p and q, we will substitute the values in equation 2 to get the solution. Let us discuss the working procedure of Chapit's method. In first step, we transfer all terms of the given equation to the left hand side and denote the entire expression by f. That is, we are making an equation of the form equation 1. In second step, we write down the Chapit's auxiliary equation in the form of 3 or 4. Then we will evaluate fx, fy, fz, fp and fq and substitute these values in the Chapit's equation which we had used. Then we will simplify the expressions, the auxiliary equations. After that, we will select two fractions from the auxiliary equations such that the resulting integral may come out to be the simplest relation involving at least one of p or q. It means that from the auxiliary equations we choose two pair so that we should be able to evaluate either p or q. Then after getting the values of p and q, we will substitute the values of p and q in the expression dz equal to p dx plus q dy. Then we integrate to get the solution z as a function of x and y. The singular and general integrals can be obtained in the usual manner. Sometimes Chapit's equations give rise to p equal to a and q equal to b. P is dou z by dou x, a is an arbitrary constant. That means sometimes the first order partial derivative is a constant and q dou z by dou y is also a constant. If we got such a situation, then if we substitute the same in the equation, dz equal to p dx plus q dy, here it will reduce to dz equal to a dx plus b dy. The integral is going to be z is equal to ax plus by plus c. That is going to be a linear expression. That is the solution of every partial differential equation of this type. To get a more convenient general complete integral, in this case we will substitute p equal to and q equal to b in the given equation itself to get a more general complete integral. Let us discuss the method with the help of an example problem. Find the complete integral of z is equal to px plus qy plus p square plus q square. First, we reorganize the expression as f of x, y, z, p, q equal to 0. For that, we transform all the terms on the right to the left hand side as z minus px minus qy minus p square minus q square equal to 0. Now we write the Charpit's auxiliary equations. They are given by dp divided by fx plus p fz equal to dq divided by fy plus q fz equal to dz divided by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx divided by minus fp equal to dy divided by minus fq. Now from equation 5 we are going to evaluate the partial derivatives fx, fy, fz, fp and fq. While evaluating fx, we are treating all the terms that containing x as the functional part and all other remaining terms are treated as constant. Here there is only one term minus px contains x, all other terms are treated as constant. The derivative of minus px with respect to x is minus p and the derivatives of all other terms reduced to 0. Hence we have fx is equal to minus p. Now fy is equal to partial derivative of this term with respect to y. Only one term minus qy contains y. The derivative of this term is minus q and the derivative of all other terms reduced to 0 because they are treated as constants. Now fz, to evaluate fz we have only one term that contains z. Derivative of z is 1. All other terms are treated as constants, therefore the derivatives reduced to 0. Now fp is evaluated from these expressions. There are two terms which contains p minus px and minus p square. In the term minus px, derivative of the expression with respect to p is minus x and derivative of minus p square is minus 2p and all the remaining terms having derivative 0. Now fq is evaluated from these two terms because they only contain q. The derivative of minus qy with respect to q is minus y and derivative of minus q square is minus 2q and all the other terms are constants, hence their derivatives are equal to 0. Now let us substitute these values in the auxiliary equations so that the first term becomes dp divided by fx value is minus p plus p into fz value is 1. That is minus p plus p, it will reduce to 0. Therefore, the first term reduced to dp by 0. Second term, in the second term, fy is minus q, fz is 1. Here we have minus q plus q into 1. It also reduces to 0. Now, the next term is minus p into fp, that is minus p into minus x minus 2p minus q into minus y minus 2q. After taking negatives outside and multiplying, the term reduced to p into x plus 2p plus q into y plus 2q equal to dx divided by minus fp. Fp is minus x minus 2p, therefore minus fp is x plus 2p. Then it is equal to dy divided by minus fq. Minus fq is going to be y plus 2q. Now we have to determine p and q. For that, let us consider the first ratio, that is dp by 0. As these all the ratios are equal, we can say they are equal to a constant, say k, then we can say dp by 0 is equal to k. If dp by 0 is equal to k, then dp is equal to 0 into k, which means dp is equal to 0. Now it is possible to integrate the same with respect to p on both sides. The integral on the left will become p and integral on the right becomes an arbitrary constant, say a. That is, we are getting the value of p as p equal to a, where a is an arbitrary constant. Similarly, since we have dq by 0 is equal to a constant, we will have dq is equal to 0 into that constant, which gives dq is equal to 0. Again, here also we can integrate with respect to q. While we integrate the left hand side, we get q. While we integrate the right hand side, we are getting an arbitrary constant, say b, which is the constant of integration. Now we got the expression q equal to b. As we have said in the remarks, since we have got p equal to a constant and q equal to another constant, it is sufficient to substitute these values in the given expression itself. Therefore, substituting p equal to a and q equal to b in equation 5, that is the given equation, the required complete integral becomes z equal to ax plus by plus a square plus b square, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Let us discuss another problem. Find a complete integral of zpq equal to p plus q. As we have seen, we are using Charpit's method to solve the non-linear partial differential equations and first order non-linear and first order partial differential equations. We can observe that this partial differential equation is of first order because the equation contains only the first order partial derivatives p and q. Again, about the linearity, the left hand term is zpq. The degree of p is 1, the degree of q is 1, therefore the degree of this term is going to be 1 plus 1, it is 2. Therefore, the degree value is greater than 1, hence this term is not going to be a linear partial differential equation. Hence, we have to use Charpit's method to solve the same. First, we reorganize the given expression into the form f of x, y, z, pq equal to 0. That is, we move p plus q to the left and we get zpq minus p minus q equal to 0. Now we write the Charpit's auxiliary equations. dp by fx plus p fz equal to dq by fy plus q fz equal to dz by minus p fp minus q fq equal to dx by minus fp equal to dy by minus fq. Now from equation 11 we can evaluate all the required partial derivatives, which are fx, fy, fz, fp and fq. I evaluate fx from the expression, and here we can observe that there is no term of x, therefore each term is treated as constants and its derivative is going to be 0. Again, for evaluating fy, there is no term of y existing in equation 11, therefore fy is going to be 0. Now fz is calculated from first term because it contains z and the other two terms does not contain z. Therefore, the partial derivative of f with respect to z is pq into 1 plus 0. Now fp is given by, there are two terms of p, differentiate them partially with respect to p, we get zq minus 1, and fq can be evaluated as zp minus 1 because there are only two terms which contains q. The derivative of this term reduced to 0, derivative of this term is zp, derivative of this term is minus 1. Now we can substitute all the partial derivatives in equation 12. Since fx is equal to 0 and f is equal to pq, here we have 0 plus p into pq, that is dp divided by p square q. The first term becomes dp divided by p square q. Now fy is 0 plus q into fz is pq, q into pq is pq square Hence we have dq divided by pq square. Then equal to dz divided by minus p into fp, that is minus p into zq minus 1 minus q into zp minus 1, that is the third term, equal to dx divided by minus fp, that is dx divided by 1 minus zq. Okay, then dy divided by minus fq, that is dy divided by 1 minus zp. Now we have substituted all the partial derivatives. We have got the auxiliary equations corresponding to the given partial differential equation. Now we try to evaluate p from any two expressions of these ratios. And for that, let us consider the first two ratios, that is dp divided by p square q equal to dq divided by pq square. Now the denominator having pq as a common factor, therefore cross multiply by pq. Then we have dp divided by q equal to dq divided by q. Now we can see that the left hand side contains only elements of p, and the right hand side contains only elements of q. Now we can integrate directly. While I integrate the left hand side, integral dp by p is log p, and integral dq by q is log q, plus constant of integration, say it is log a. Now log q plus log a is log qa. Now cancelling logarithm from both sides by taking the exponential power, we get p is equal to aq. Now substitute q is equal to p by a in equation 11. Equation 11 is the given equation. In this we substitute p is equal to q by a, then q is equal to p by a. We will get p in terms of a and z as 1 plus a divided by z. Analogously, substituting p equal to qa in the same equation, we get q is equal to 1 plus a divided by az. Now we substitute the values of p and q in equation dz equal to p dx plus q dy equal to 1 plus a by z dx plus 1 plus a by az dy. Now we multiply throughout by 2z, we will get 2z dz is equal to 2 into 1 plus a is common in the numerator, hence it is taken outside, 1 plus a into dx by z into dx by z. One of the z will be cancelled and this will become dx plus z into 1 by az into dy. Z will be cancelled and we will get 1 by a dy. Now we can observe that the left hand side is completely function of z. Right hand side, first term is purely function of x and second term is purely function of y. Hence it is possible to integrate the equation. While we integrate the left hand side, we integrate with respect to z. Integral of 2z dz is z square equal to 2 into 1 plus a is constant into integral dx is x plus 1 by a into integral dy is y plus b, where b is the constant of integration. Now we have z as a function of x and y, and it contains two arbitrary constants, say a and b. This is the complete integral of the given partial differential equation. Let us practice two additional problems. Solve 3p square equal to q. And another problem, solve p square minus y square q equal to y square minus x square.